Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Grounded in Purpose. My name is Kara, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 10 things that come to my mind when I think about Enneagram Type 5. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out some of my previous videos on the Enneagram. So let's jump right into it. Enneagram number 5. This is your investigator, aka the thinker, aka the observer. So number 1. Your type 5s are extremely curious. They love to focus on the why, they love to focus on the what, and they love to focus on the how. I love to think of them as like the great explorers, and knowledge is truly power to your number 5s. Number 2, truth seekers. Your number 5s are extremely analytical, and they love to go deep on the information that really matters to them, the subjects that they really enjoy. They really want to know the inside and the out, and they literally want to go with no stone unturned. Number 3, unconventional thinkers. When I tell you your number 5s, they are extremely innovative. I think of them as like being the great pioneers. Because they're always thinking about like the what ifs, like what if I see it from this perspective instead of that perspective? And that really leads to them really being like ahead of their time and very ambitious when it comes to like finding answers and creating solutions. Number 4, observers. Your number 5s enjoy analyzing environments extremely quickly. And they do not mind looking from the outside in. They will not necessarily be the first ones to say, hey, I'll join in, but they will definitely watch. And I just think that that kind of goes into like the investigator aspect of your number 5s. Number 5. Your number 5s are what I consider to be the experts. And that really is stemmed in their core desire to be competent and to be knowledgeable. And for that, like I mentioned before, they really like to learn things, and they like to learn them extremely well. But I will say the flip side of that, sometimes they can come off as arrogant when it comes to intelligence. And that's really not what they're trying to do. A lot of times it's just a pride in the amount of time and effort that they have put in to learn the different things that they have learned. Number 6. Your number 5s are really great problem solvers because they know how to troubleshoot issues on an objective lens. Sometimes we have to look at things objectively, and sometimes we don't need to have feelings attached. And when I tell you they can do that, they can do it very well, which I think makes them really good when it comes to like being mediators. They're really good listeners, and they really try to look at things from like an unbiased lens, if that makes sense. Number 7, your number 5s like to process their thoughts over their feelings. And because of that, sometimes they can come off as being like detached from their feelings. And the reason why a lot of times they do detach from their feelings is because, again, they're very objective. And a lot of times they believe that like your feelings are unreliable, and quite frankly they can be quite annoying to your number 5s, which is also why a lot of times your number 5s, they don't like a lot of small talk, or if you come up to them and like, oh, how are you feeling today, they kind of probably look at you with a side eye. Like they don't need all of the extra the extraness, right? It's just like, hey, how are things going? But like when you start trying to get into their feelings and things like that, that's something that they try to shy away from. And it's really just a protective mechanism for your number 5s. Number 8, alone time is extremely important for your number 5s. Your number 5s are very resourceful when it comes to their time, when it comes to just what they can give emotionally. And because of that, they can become easily drained. And when they become drained, they need to recharge. So it is not anything that is, necessarily something that you've done wrong. That, like I said, for them, they just really need that time to themselves. And that can make them seem like they're really private. And one thing I will say though about, having that alone time is that they do a really good job with creating boundaries. And I think that we all can learn from your number fives about the importance of boundaries and how to create them and how to stick to them. So shout out my number fives. We all need some number fives in our lives. All right, number 9, autonomy. Autonomy is extremely important to your number fives because they really, really enjoy self-sufficiency. It's very important to them, but it's not only important to them for themselves, it's important to them for others. So they don't like big group meetings where everyone has to express their thoughts and feelings. Like, give them the agenda, let them know what their role is, and let them kind of go and do their own thing. So, instead of trying to go to a number 5 and ask them like, hey, how can I do this? Like, they would really prefer if you look for those answers in yourself and, maybe just go to Google, and especially if it's something simple. Like, they do not like their time to be wasted. So make sure you are giving your number 5s the space and the autonomy that they need. Number 10, simplistic. Your number 5s are sometimes frugal and they can sometimes be minimalist, but that is because they can become overwhelmed by their own needs. So they find, they try to find like peace in like the smallest things, and they try to just minimize the amount of work that they have to do. So like even with clothing, not saying they're not like big into fashion or anything like that, but they don't care about following trends. They just want to do things in an efficient way, and they don't want to spend a lot of time on like vanity and, overall things like that. And so like on the contrary into that though, is like sometimes they can be hoarders because they know that they can like lose, energy and stuff very quickly. They will like try to hoard like their time, or they will try to hoard like resources that they feel like are very valuable to them that they may not have later on, if that makes sense. So overall, love my number 5s. You guys are literally a blessing to the world. You guys are some of the most creative and literally innovative people that I have personally met. But overall, I just want to say that it is okay to ask for help. You don't have to have it all figured out, and you are not being judged off of that matter. And it's okay to have peace with uncertainty. There's just some things that you just are not going to be able to plan for or to know. And also know that your needs are not a burden to others. And also your needs should not be a burden for yourself. Like, you have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and know that it is okay to receive love, and it is okay to receive support. Also, again, like, your feelings, they're real and they should be dealt with. And because like ultimately logic in itself is good, but it is oftentimes it's just not enough. And I would like to say, like, you guys just really should try to focus on like creating more balance in your life, because I know sometimes you can get really intense and you can really just be driven on whatever topic that you're learning. But just know it's okay. Just take some time to relax and just enjoy the moment. And overall, as much time as you spend thinking, make sure that you are also spending time to live, and to live fully. All right, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next Enneagram video. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.